ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Disjunct Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Hello, good sir. It is a beautiful Thursday, and it really is actually a beautiful Thursday here in Atlanta. Finally,
Yes. It's starting to warm up just a smidge, and there's no crazy ice on the road where there's only not ice on the road. But anyways,
I mean, it was a beautiful 60 Fahrenheit when I came outside, and I'm like, oh, this is what it's meant to be.
yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific comer himself, Zealeus.
It was good to see y'all.
Hello. This, of course, is the Thursday Night Hangouts, a live show where we try our best to cover the topics most important to you during the show. At any point during the show, if you have any questions, topics, opinions, thoughts, just drop them in a chat, be it on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, and we will add it to the show. If we do, unfortunately, run out of time, we'll add it to the very next show. So, without further ado, let us jump into it, shall we?
Let us indeed.
All right, so we talked about this last week, and I had brought up the topic, what games would you like to see on the Switch 2, since it's apparently coming out this year. Well, I can now say that it appears that the Microsoft Gaming CEO, Phil Spencer, says he is really looking forward to supporting Nintendo with basically Xbox games library. So that sounds like there is going to be a ton of games coming.
I mean, it's kind of in line with what we've seen with Microsoft over the last couple of years. Is like they still I still fully expect a next gen Xbox console.
Yes.
But it's very clear that their strategy has been to spread the wealth in the form of non-exclusives from Microsoft publishing and get them basically onto as many devices as possible, to which I say, great. I mean, as a fan of video games, that's only a good thing in my mind.
Yeah.
What I'd be really curious to see, because my assumption is the other thing he would really love to have is the Game Pass on other consoles. I mean, I think getting games on to the PS5 and the Switch 2 won't be an issue, but I think they would maybe take a little bit of a harder pass when it comes to a competing subscription service.
Yes, that would be interesting. Yeah, I would be very interested to see if they would allow that as well. I would assume that there's basically.
I guess part of it is you think of the PS5 and they have the PlayStation Now, and that's obviously their big thing. So I don't see Sony at all going for it, but
right.
When it comes to the Switch, and it could be different for the Switch, honestly, especially depending on how much of a cut Nintendo gets from the subscription service.
Right.
So, because I don't really remember a big time subscription service when it comes.
And we lost Zealeus. Zealeus, come back to us! Oh no!
Subscription service.
There
so
he is.
Maybe
hold on.
What?
We lost you there for 30 seconds.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You just froze.
I'm frozen in time.
You're not frozen anymore. You can keep now. You can go talk now.
Oh, well, I don't know where I got frozen. I'm so confused. I was talking for that probably 30 seconds of how I just don't see it come to the PlayStation because the PlayStation Now,
right?
But the Nintendo Switch doesn't really, as far as I know, have that similar type of gaming subscription service.
No, not as of right now.
So depending on what kind of cut maybe Nintendo gets from it, that could be a very different conversation.
Right. I agree. Yeah. I agree. But it is, how cool would it be or how weird would it be, I should say, is it going to be playing Halo on the Nintendo Switch 2?
But if you think about it, playing Halo, in your bed, that'd be kind of cool to be just in your handheld, shooting some aliens. I mean, I would think that it would only add to the success of the Switch too, honestly.
Agreed.
I don't see how it would hurt because Nintendo's first person games, by and large, are not your typical Xbox games either.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Now, speaking of Microsoft, or one of their entities, they have a game that just can't seem to find its way of not getting bugs. I am, of course, talking about Diablo 4 is back in the news, ladies and gentlemen, and there apparently is a weird bug where players can now reach infinite damage through a new game-breaking bug.
You know, it's realistic because you're taking on the spawn of hell. So why can't you fight fire with infinite damage?
Yes, exactly. So apparently one player has claimed the top spot on the unofficial leaderboards with a 2-minute clear on the Spiritborn, a class that wasn't anywhere near the top of the meta.
Nice.
And apparently this dude is...
game-breaking bug.
Huh?
Apparently he made his own meta.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah. And he basically the Twitch stream. This is the kind of bug that you want to get fixed, okay? Because this kind of breaks all kind. And like I understand, we had this conversation last week where I think it was last week where we were talking about, you know, maybe there's like a something that gives a specific class a slight advantage during one of the seasons, but when you have a bug that basically uber breaks everything, that's not a slight advantage. That's like God mode.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. When it comes to a game-breaking bug, that definitely is something that should be patched and will be patched, I'm sure. So I don't think it's fun too much argument against from any rational person for fixing that type, like an actual bug is different than just, you know, a powerful build.
Yeah.
So
yes, there's powerful builds and then there's broken.
Yeah, I did not find that. That is not me right now. I'm not that cool.
I have yet to find the uber power builds in any of the games I play. I just picked up a new one, which of course I can't remember off the top of my head now, on the Switch, and holy crap, this game is turned into an effing job. What the hell is the name of the game? I'm gonna have to get my Switch in a second. Huh?
Animal Crossing.
No, it's not Animal Crossing. It's like Eternia.
I was thinking of Animal Crossing because it's kind of a job. You're managing things.
Nah, I can't remember what it is. Or maybe Eternian or something. Anyways, basically it's like an old school third person kind of dungeon crawler where you go block by block. But to add to the craziness, not only are you exploring the world like that, but you are in charge of drawing the lines on the map.
Interesting.
And I found out the hard way that you can't get credit for exploring a world completely or an area completely until you've basically outlined all of what the map has, which is a pain in the ass. But anyways,
so you have to explore everything?
Huh?
So you have to explore everything?
So you have to explore everything, and basically you get like an unofficial drawn out map, but without like the wall lines drawn in, and then you have to manually draw in the wall lines.
Oh, all right.
And then you can also drop like, helpful little icons or whatnot for like areas of, this is a locked area, come back later, or this is going this way is for the stairs going up or down or whatever. And I really wish I knew what the name of the damn game is now. It's going to bother me the rest of the show, but that's okay. I'll figure it out at some point. It'll just magically click and I'll be like, son of a... Anywho. Okay. Now we talked about, we talked about Switch 2, getting Xbox games. We talked about Diablo 4's Infinite Damage. Let's talk about... Okay. So it is now coming out, or the rumor is now coming out, that GTA 6, the highly anticipated GTA 6, may not be able to run at 60 frames per second. I feel like this has really become like something that most of the brand new games are basically doing, is they're not going 60 frames a second when they first launch or ever. And unless you are, that OCD, you're probably not going to be able to tell that big of a difference. That it's not 60 frames per second.
I'm assuming that's because of the 4K high fidelity and just can't balance the 4K plus 60 FPS would be my assumption.
I would assume so as well. They, of course, they're basically saying it's going to come out with 30 frames a second.
Yeah.
However, that's not to say that the frame rate will not increase as time goes on. And of course, the PC launch version of the game probably will be closer to 60 frames a second.
You can have Uber hardware.
Exactly. Because you have that hardware pushing all those extra zeros and ones.
I'm not really much of a GT player anyways. It's the very definition of the open worldness that just overwhelms Zealeus, and then I get frightened and get
Zealeus goes and hides because
there's too many choices, man.
Zealeus needs his walls, damn it. He needs his game on rail, on rails,
Just tell me where to go and what to do without having too many side quests, and I'm a happy camper. That's too much to ask out of my video games. Lately, yes, I'm aware of this.
Little do you know, ladies and gentlemen, that when Zealeus was a young child growing up, he used to only play in the corner of a sandbox.
And the sandbox had walls, big walls, not like little, 6-inch walls, like
exactly
walls you could not see. It was like the maze from Maze Runner. I could not see
it. Was like it was more fence than just a thing to hold the sand in.
Indeed, yes. My life is on rails. It's a story. It's an allegory.
There you go. But seriously, I mean, it's not. That's not that big of
I mean, when it comes to the whole FPS thing, anyways, that really caters to such a small minority of gamers.
Yeah.
Who don't even know what FPS is in the first place. You say FPS, they're gonna think first-person shooter.
Exactly.
So, I mean, would it be cool to have 60 frames per second? Sure. But at the same time, most people aren't going to notice. And if you're playing on a console, you're locked in anyways. So it's not like you actually have a choice. Where it becomes the big issue to me is when you start dropping below that 30 FPS frames per second, that's where it kind of starts to become choppy.
Yes.
So as long as you can maintain that level, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, as long as it's 30 is good. That's great. Most games will run at 30 and you can't tell the difference. But when it's down to 9 or 10, then you start to be like, oh no.
Then it becomes problematic.
Yes.
I mean, back in the day, we played 20 frames per second and we were happy with it.
Exactly.
As fast as our CRT monitors could refresh.
Oh, CRTs. The good old days of lugging 50-pound cement blocks.
But they were so pretty, to be fair.
They could be.
Sure, you're right. Yes. It was the Sony Titatron. Those were the gorgeous ones.
There was also the ones that basically took up the entire desk.
Oh, they were I will say I'm very happy to have my flat screen because if I had the old CRT, I don't know how I would manage. It would not
I
be good.
think that with these the screens I have, if it was an actual, if that was the CRT version of it, I'd probably be sitting against the wall.
Fair. Yes. If it was
But
a CRT, I could not have a monitor and a TV in this room.
this is true.
Something would have to give.
This is true. This is true. All right. Let's talk about clones. And no, I'm not talking about the sheep or human clones. Let's talk
Oh
about the
man.
fact that there apparently is a Mario Strikers clone, which is, of course is the Mario Soccer. There's a clone on that's being sold on Xbox in the Xbox store right now, and I kind of scratch my head, going, seriously, this how the did this get past anything? Because it's called Mario Strikers.
Ooh.
Good Lord.
Well, it's kind of like when Flappy Birds came out and all of them tried to like basically emulate it.
Yep.
Yeah. Similar, not video games. My favorite one. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's the basically clone of Chat GPT, and I can't remember what it's called now, but it's like out of China, and Chat GPT starting a shitstorm over copyright infringement. Which, of course, the irony because Chat GPT built their entire infrastructure basically from copyright infringement.
Yep.
So it's kind of like
It's not copyright infringement until someone does it to you.
touche. That's about right. So it's just kind of humorous to me that Chat GPT is all pissed off about it. And it's like, well, how do you think you built your literally entire database? Basically built it on the like programming is literally built on the back of Stack Overflow.
Yep.
So I'm like, yeah, not a whole lot of sympathy there.
Yeah. Yeah. And to be totally honest with you, I mean this game's probably be gone within a day or two, especially since now it's making headlines.
Yeah, once it becomes like a known thing, because as we've talked about, there's so many games that come to all of your digital platforms where it can be hard to actually properly detect clones.
Yeah.
Because from a certain point where it's just so many. But yeah, now that it's a known thing, it'll probably get the nuking.
Yeah. So, but it's always humorous to see. I mean, the sad or I guess the humorous thing is that whoever this person is who put this up there is going to make a couple bucks, and then
Yep.
I would have chosen someone other than Nintendo because Nintendo will try to sue for your soul.
That's true. If you just copied like a Microsoft game, they would just close it down and probably just go on with their lives.
Yeah.
But Nintendo will like take your house. Like, nope,
and your pets and your firstborn.
They're now my indentured servant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I would agree with that.
Well, now do you want to talk about Payback? I found an interesting. I came across an interesting story that I wanted to bring up. So some people out there might know a gentleman by the name of Brian Ortega.
I do not know Brian Ortega.
He is an MMA star. I don't know if he's a featherweight contender.
Sure.
And he likes to play a certain online game called Fortnite.
Yes, I'm aware of Fortnite. I've heard of that at least.
And apparently, during one of his many Fortnite sessions, there was someone who was trying to start something with Brian Ortega and was trash talking nonstop to him. And fun fact, kids, this is a prime example of why you shouldn't be a total asshat to people, because he he flew across the country and surprised that Fortnite trash talker at his work and then choked him out. Oh, and he streamed it.
I mean, you could probably argue that Brian Ortega probably maybe also took it a little bit too seriously.
This is true. This is true.
Just a
But at the
little
same
bit, maybe.
time, just
I mean, if I would also argue if you're that pissed off, you could probably should just sign off and go see grass
oh my
or
gosh.
find a new game. Or like, I mean, there's a reason I stopped playing MOBAs because they made me angry at life. So I made the decision for my own mental health to just stop playing them. Maybe that's what Mr. Ortega needs to do when it comes to Fortnite.
So basically here's his statement. People ask me, play with me on Fortnite. Cool. The only problem is you guys keep talking mad, you know what? So I have an online homie talking mad smack, and the real reason why I flew to North Carolina was because he was talking shit. We made a bet, and I said I'll fly over there and choke you out. And here he is. I showed up. I showed up to his damn job, and I had to wait for him to finish his job. So now I'm choking your ass out. A bet's a bet.
Well, okay, if they made a bet.
Don't make stupid bets, ladies and gentlemen.
I just don't generally bet.
Period.
Yeah. It's just not fun to me.
I think if I bet, it would be for like a 6-pack of beer or a nice steak dinner.
Yeah.
Not if you beat me, you could come over to my house and choke me out.
I don't know. I think we're onto something. Maybe like I'll just show up in the middle of your family dinner and just start choking you out. What do you think?
No, that's not true. As soon as you saw the food at my family dinner, you'd be like, you know what? I'm just going to stay and eat the food.
No, see, you got it wrong. I'm going to choke you out first. I'm going to take your dinner and then take mine home for dessert.
Fine.
I thought this out, man.
All right.
This thing. I don't know. We could play some old school basketball and see if I still got it and have a bet based off of that.
Ooh, that's risky.
For you or me?
Both?
I haven't dribbled basketball in like 15 years.
So that'd be very dangerous for both you and me. I would probably get injured and you would probably cause irreparable harm to something.
Probably be like my back, leg, knee, hip in your face.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the fun. Yeah.
Now, speaking of craziness, how about this? And this is actually, this is going to open up a bigger topic here, but Sam Grizzle says Zealeus resembles like John Stockton. Well, I mean, he kind of looks like John Stockton, but he don't play like John Stockton.
I'm a white guy, therefore I'm the lunch pail worker. Like I'm tough and I got grit.
There you go. So there is an interesting weird thing going. Interesting weird, is that, can we say those two words together? Sure, why not? There was a TV show on the Sci-Fi Channel, or Sci-Fi as I like to call it, because SYFY is Sci-Fi, not sci-fi. Called The Expanse, and for the first 3 seasons, it was on Sci-Fi. And then Sci-Fi decided to cancel it, and Amazon picked it up and decided to do 3 more seasons.
Yep.
Now, as of right now, at this very moment, all 6 seasons of The Expanse is available on Amazon Prime. However, there has been some kind of craziness going on with the rights to the first 3 seasons of The Expanse.
Yep.
And so there is a very good chance that The Expanse seasons 1, 2, and 3 are going to go off of Amazon Prime, and only 4, 5, 6, which of course were Amazon Prime exclusives, will stick around.
Well, that kind of sucks if you haven't gotten to the Expanse.
Yes.
Because it's a fantastic show, and one character aside, it gets better as the seasons go on, I would say.
Hmm.
There's one person in particular who I just want to punch in the face, but I can get over that.
Isn't that usually the case though? Isn't there usually like a character on like a very good successful series that you just like want to absolutely destroy because they're
It's more so that they just like drain the energy from the show. That's usually more. It's not like I don't mind a good villain. It's not like they're a great villain. It's just like the actual. I want to say the actor as much as maybe it was that person's script, just like was not good to me. But you're right. A lot of good shows have that one character or that one character story arc where you're just like, really, this is dumb. But anyways, if you've not seen The Expanse, it's definitely a wonderful space show worth watching. I know it's also books, but I've never read the books. I was really hoping that as you're talking about The Expanse, you're going to talk about how they're going to, go into season 7 and continue The Expanse because it's a book series, so there's always more.
Right.
But I don't think that's happening.
No, they've been like been going back and forth on this, and part of me was like, okay, maybe they can fix this and it will stay there, but it looks like it's going to be cut off. The first 3 seasons are going to be removed on February 6th at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
I mean, it doesn't make it right, but this is also why people turn to piracy because, like, there was a time when it was tough to find online content or easily digestible content. And then you had the advent of online services like Netflix and, yes, to an extent, Amazon Prime made that easy. And now you got, all these different streaming companies trying to carve up their little piece of the fiefdom of online streaming. And especially when you split a show like that, it's just going to piss the users off. And that's, for what I've seen, ultimately what makes people, more, there's always going to be that little niche of people who pirate stuff.
Yeah.
When you start making it difficult to access, that's what really causes that uptake.
Agreed. Now, Sam has some thoughts. No, I don't think I actually watched all the first 3 seasons. I think I got halfway through season 2. So I may be doing some binge watching in the very near future so that I can
over. Yes.
Get over.
Good. I personally thought it got better as the show went on.
Well, that's what you can only hope for, unless it's, a long-running anime, and then you just have to flip a coin and pray that this is going to be one of the good episodes, and it's actually going to build on things and not be fluff.
Sorry, 1 second. I need to get a book to hold my microphone in place because the boom keeps on swinging.
Okay, while Zealeus is gone, I forgot what I was going to say. Actually, you know what? Now that Zealeus is gone, you could see his lovely cat, Rose, in the background. Hello, Rose.
The true star of the show.
Yes.
All right, let's try this. Oops, I hit something. Don't know what. All right. That's much better.
We're doing this in real time, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn it. I hate when gravity always wins.
Yes. Now, speaking of franchise. Well, it's not really a franchise, but it was a movie. There was a movie back in the when was it? 1998, called The Faculty. And apparently there's going to be a remake of it. I thought the movie was okay. It did gross $63.2 million. I don't remember how much it cost. Um, and apparently, Robert Rodriguez is going to be who was the original director, will now be producing the film. And it'd be real fun. I mean, it's not going to happen because none of these people are are the right age. But to have some of the people come back from the original for the remake, because it had what Clea Duvall, Josh Hartnett, um, Usher, Elijah Wood, and Jon Stewart, and I can never remember the dude's name. The dude who was the in the second Terminator movie. Zealeus, I think you're muted. Still muted. Or correcting your microphone has now killed your mic. Yeah. Oh boy. While Zealeus is doing that, I'm going to see if I can find who the heck the. Damn it. Here we go. It's going to bother me, so I'm going to look it up right now. His name is. Where the hell is it? Oh, Robert Patrick. Also, Shooter McGavin was in it. Christopher McDonald was also there. Hell, there's a lot of good guys there. Oh, memories.
Yo, can you hear me now?
There's Zealeus.
Okay, that was bizarre. I just had to toggle my microphone off and on in the Windows settings and it was happy. That's strange.
Now, the real question is, what will they change when they do this remake? Because the emphasis or the importance of basically sniffing the magic white dust to find out if you're an alien or not. I don't know if they were going to fly or not.
I didn't see the first one. No, that's when I started looking. Like, yeah, I definitely never saw this.
What?
Yeah,
I own it, and I also own the soundtrack, which I thought was pretty good. It was covers of like all these old school songs, but I thought was good.
Nice.
Yeah. But yes, they're making a remake of The Faculty.
See, my first guess when you mentioned Terminator 2 was Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I was clearly wrong.
No. No, I know who Arnold Schwarzenegger. I could remember Arnold Schwarzenegger's name off the top of my head. It's Robert Patrick that I have. That is his name, right?
Sure. Some other dude.
Robert Patrick. I mean, he's been in so many things that I've watched. I'm surprised I didn't. I had such a problem remembering what he's been in.
Yeah, see, when in doubt, just make a remake of an old movie that was somewhat popular and see what happens.
I mean, I feel like that's the name of the game, or grab an old school monster movie and remake that. I mean, there's been like a new Wolfman movie. There's gonna be a werewolf movie. There's Nosferatu. Apparently they are. I think it's Netflix is working with. Of course, now I can't remember the gentleman's name, but there's going to be a new Frankenstein movie. I mean, where is the Creature for the Black Lagoon? We need a remake of that because it's all vampires and werewolves and Prometheans right now. We need mummies and creatures from like underwater.
And of course, every movie must be set up to have a sequel. Don't forget about that.
Well, obviously, you gotta be able to make money after you make money.
I'm having a mind blank on the new movie, but it's Amazon Prime,
and
it's Jamie Foxx and blonde chick whose name I'm totally forgetting. I'm not doing a very good job of this.
Oh God, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh shit! It's what's her name? Damn it.
Really, it's really bothering me.
Cameron Diaz.
Yes, Cameron Diaz. The movie
Back
was
in action.
back in like I actually found it entertaining. Like I enjoyed it well enough. But like it's 100% up to have a sequel. And it's just kind of funny because like every movie does this now where it's like we must, in case it does well, have a sequel naturally set up.
But Cameron Diaz actually took 10 years off.
Yeah, I know.
This is her first time back. And like
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx was literally on death's doorstep last year. So
He was good. Like I really like Jamie Foxx as an actor. He's usually good in his roles.
yeah.
He was really good. I think it was it Guns and Kibo.
Oh, is that the one with
Frodo? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And he's in it and he does a great job in it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, it's not that. There's another movie kind of like that. It was like one of those weird humorous ones. No, sorry. Different movie I watched. Horrible Bosses is what he was in.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And he was fantastic in it. He was like actually my favorite parts of it. I'm just a fan of him.
Yeah.
He's like, to me, he's the anti-Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Like he tries to be funny and then it just comes off as not being serious. Whereas when Jamie Foxx is funny, it comes off as funny, but still being serious and like in character. It's just my 2 cents.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to pause real quick to thank the individuals who help Alter Confusion be the Alter Confusion that you love and adore. And that, of course, is, real quick, Sam Grizzle says he's not a huge Jamie Foxx fan, but the Ray Charles movie was incredible. The dude's got pipes. I'll tell you what, Jamie Foxx can sing.
To each their own, man.
Yeah. But anyways, the individuals who the individuals who help Alter Confusion be the Alter Confusion that you love and adore are, of course, the friends of the show, and we are going to start off with the Indie Cluster. The Indie Cluster is an organization of independent game developers that want to gain exposure by being involved in the community. They collectively journey to popular conferences as a traveling booth to help gain attention for their games. They make partnerships with local communities to bring games to the mainstream mindset. They highlight local, unusual, and rare concepts to challenge the paradigm of the common. They also host events to teach kids and minority groups about game development to hopefully one day enter the industry themselves. For more information, go to indiecluster.com. The next shout out we got to give is to the AV master himself. That, of course, is Noodle Boy Media. Founded in 2015 by Andrew Tran, Noodle Boy Media, previously Wackade 47 Media, is your choice for professional photo shoots and panel recordings at conventions. They pride themselves in providing a high level of professionalism, top-notch experiences, and quality services. If you want more information and to view their full list of services, check out facebook.com/noodleboymedia. The next shout out we got to give is to an individual who is local to Atlanta. If you are in the greater Atlanta area and you've got those aches and pains from those long days in front of your work desk or perhaps too many gaming sessions, that, of course, is Hero Chiropractic. Hero Chiropractic is a unique healthcare practice set up by Ryan Moore. The company's focus to elevate a patient's experience of freedom, creative expression, and joy. They believe that everyone can be a hero and has incredible heroic potential inside themselves waiting to be unleashed. Hero Chiropractic focuses on mobile chiropractic care in the greater Atlanta area. They are committed to healing clients by creating a plan of action uniquely suited for each person. They make that plan of action as convenient and affordable as possible, and most importantly, suited to your individual needs. For more information, go to herochiropractic.com. The next shout out we got to give is the music maestro himself. That, of course, is CrossPad Creative. Need a new logo or want to work on a full branding and content strategy? Or maybe you need music or audio for your content, just like Alter Confusion? CrossPad Creative offers a whole host of solutions for individuals and small businesses. Just email Josh at crosspadcreative@gmail.com and see what he can do for you. And, of course, the final shout we got to give is to the original patron on Patreon for Alter Confusion. That, of course, is Agile Axiom. By day, Axe leads both the development team and system administration team working with satellites at NASA's Goddard campus. But while not in meetings many times during, he is the Agile evangelist, Agile X, championing the philosophy of Agile and trying to make the world a better place for software developers, testers, system admins, and software projects the world over. Decades of experience in software development and leading Agile teams are brought to bear against evil processes, inefficient work, and bad habits. For more information, go to agileaxiom.com. All right. Now, before I go on, I have to say that for some reason, my brain has decided that I've read these quite a few times, and so I had to keep going back because I kept skipping words. So I apologize for that. But also, if at any point, if you watch this, if you're watching this or listening to this as a recording, in the information of every single episode has all of these links in it, so you can pull them from there. All right, now, I know at this point you are dying to know, how do I become a friend of the show of Alter Confusion? Well, it's quite simple. Yes, Sam, you are watching and listening, but you're doing it live. But of course, if there is a favorite part of the show that you would want to go back and re-listen or watch, we of course do post all of our stuff on podcasting websites as well as YouTube for the video portion, and of course on our website alteredconfusion.com. Hopefully within the first couple days of first the oh my lord, see, I told you I'm tongue tied for some reason. Hopefully soon after this show I will have the recordings up in both video and audio format, and you can find them on our website and of course on all those platforms. You can get from the Apple Podcast Store, the Pandora, Spotify, Podbean, and a shit ton of other places I can't remember off the top of my head. It keeps growing because sites that just host or that want to have a podcast catalog at our add the podcast. Good Lord. All right. Now, let's see if Charlie can actually string two words together, or two sentences together would be even better. Ladies and gentlemen, I know at this point you are dying to know how to I become a friend of the show. Good Lord. I don't know if I'm going to make it. The way to become a friend of the show is by joining Patreon. Alter Confusion survives on love and support of fans like you, and so we have a Patreon page. Patreon lets you, the fans, lovers, haters, demigods, interdimensional beings, gods, demons, aliens, vampires, werewolves, mummies, creatures from the Black Lagoon, supporters, and more to become active participants of the work we love through a monthly membership. This gives you access to exclusive content, community, and insight into our creative process. In exchange, we gain a bit more freedom to do our best work and the stability we need to build an even stronger creative career. We have two tiers that you can pledge at. We got a $1 a month. That's $1 a month or $12 a year tier. What they get you is early access to all the playthroughs, as well as the ability to participate in patron-only posts. And if you're feeling extra frisky, you could jump up to that $5 a month tier. That's $5 a month or $60 a year. And what that will get you is your name or organization added to every single friend of the show Thursday night. Every single Thursday night hangout friend of the show section, as well as everything at the $1 tier. Now, of course, all you got to do is go to Patreon. That's patreon.com/alteredconfusion. And I pray that I spelled that right, because it just came like flying out of my mouth. And so if it didn't, just Google Patreon and then /alteredconfusion. I'm doing great, guys.
I worry.
It would make more sense if I was inebriated, but this is not one of the days that I actually drink anymore. So
maybe it's your lack of inebriation. It's throwing off your feng shui.
Sure. I mean, I'm duly hydrated by water with Mio, so maybe Mio is screwing with my brain today.
It's those Mios taking over your brains.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in getting any Ultra Confusion merchandise, perhaps the hat or the flip-flops or the journal or the vinyl sticker or the coffee mug or the animal food bowl, you can go over to alteredconfusion.tv/merch. That's MERCH. And you can just check out what we got and get yourself some sweet gear that you can show to all your friends.
All your friends? What if you don't have any friends?
Then you should just wear it out and about. And people will be wowed by the fact that you're wearing Ultra Confusion stuff and you're too cool for them.
Have you seen the news lately, man? I ain't leaving my house.
This is true. That's a different thing entirely. Okay. Getting back to the news here. I feel like this is something that happens like once a month. EA has now listed or dropped a list of games that they're going to be shutting their services down on. This looks like the early list for the year 2025. So this year, they have already started shutting some of these games down. The first one was Rory McIlroy PGA Tour, January 16th. I didn't know that was a thing, but that one has already closed. Other games that, let's see here, we are the 30th. So games like Blood and Gory, oh my God, Charlie. Blood and Glory Immortals, Contract Killer Sniper, Deer Hunter Classic, Dino Hunter Deadly Shores, Eternity Warriors 4, Frontline Commandos 2, and Frontline Commando D-Day all shut down yesterday. They've also listed 4 additional games with their projected dates of shutting down. UFC 3, EA Sports UFC Mobile 2. UFC 3 is reported to be shut down February 17th. EA Sports UCF Mobile 2, March 13th. NCAA 14, March 13th. I don't know. I'm assuming that's basketball? Because that's really vague. NCAA 14, back then, I think that they were in football, basketball. I think that was it. But who knows? And then here's the shocker. Madden NFL 21, which I thought that I guess they finally broke down and stopped doing the every 2 years we shut down the service. But Madden NFL 21 will be shutting down services June 30th.
Guess how many of those games I've actually played?
Goose egg, 0.
I mean, give a company like Blizzard all the shit you want, but at least like the Diablos, the StarCraft 2s, and those games are all still able to be played online.
This is true.
I mean, it is. I guess it's, it's the sports games where they come out yearly. So from an EA perspective, after basically being out for 3 years, they're like, damn, people just buy the new yearly version, even though the only thing you get is updated rosters.
I'm not crossing that bridge. But we got so many enhancements. Yeah.
All the enhancements can be yours, sir.
Yeah. Enhancements, my right butt cheek.
I mean, don't the improved rosters count for anything to you?
No.
No?
Not at all.
But people's names, they mean something to me.
No.
No? Okay. Well, I tried.
Okay. So I was made aware of something. I can't remember exactly. I think it was maybe someone told me today. But apparently there is a game called Claire Obscure Expedition 33 that hasn't officially come out yet. It's still in pre-launch mode. But the crazy thing about this game is that it is already it's going to get a live action adaptation of the game.
And the game has to come out. Is it based on like an anime or a manga or some random thing, or is it just the game?
Nope. So this game, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, will focus on the journey of the members of Expedition 33 who go on a quest to destroy a godlike villain known as the Paintress to prevent her from painting death, causing individuals of a certain age to vanish forever.
Oh, look, it's a turn-based RPG with real-time mechanics.
Yes.
Interesting. Sure.
Yes.
I don't even know what that means. I'm so confused.
You're just throwing different genres together now.
Where's my roguelike part of it, man?
Where's my roguelike romance rhythm game with RPG elements?
I mean, to be fair, looking at it looks pretty fucking nuts.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm looking at the preview and like, holy shnikes, does it look incredible?
Yes, it looks stunning. And this game is scheduled to come out April 24th. And they're basically saying that that this movie will not be out until 2026 at the earliest. But
I mean,
still,
I guess the way I do look at it is the correlation between a good game and a good movie are basically non-existent. Meaning, you can have a great video game and terrible movies.
Yeah.
But to be fair, how many times we don't really make movie adaptations of bad games, I guess. So we don't really know if the opposite is true. But at the same, so to me, it's kind of like, okay, if you're gonna make it, then sure. Like
this kind of okay. So this and this, I hope that this is a joke. I hope that what I'm about to say. Thanks, Sam. Hey, have you heard about the new movie Constipation? It hasn't come out yet.
Sorry, I keep watching the movie Diarrhea over and over.
It just the runtime is just atrocious. No,
it goes on forever.
My he just keeps going. No, when I first heard about this, the video game hasn't come out, but they're already going to do a live action movie of it. It kind of reminded me of the Atari game E.T., which had nothing to do with the actual movie. And there was a TV show, oh gosh, I don't know how long ago it was a thing, but it was called Code Monkeys. And the theme song was done by Jonathan Colton, which was phenomenal. But Code Monkeys, the guy who's in charge of like doing all the storyboards or whatever, he never actually went to see the movie, and he just made up a bunch of bullshit, which is basically what happened to the E.T. video game. But I wonder if maybe, fingers crossed, because it looks gorgeous. Now, if they can make a live action version of this, because it might be cool. I'm hoping that they're taking the entire script from the game and just adapting that. But you never know.
We'll see. I mean, the story sounds interesting enough.
Yes.
But we'll just.
Code Monkeys came out in 2007. Oh, I'm just going to post this in the chat here. Bam. Hopefully that goes to the right the right place. If it doesn't, I'm sorry.
Nope, I see Code Monkeys.
Okay, good. It was done in 8-bit, so it was very humorous to me.
Totally random. But the IMDb link really makes me miss back in the day. I'm talking like a decade ago. They had forums. And what they had, and usually it's for like cheesy action movies
Yeah.
was like 100 things I learned from this movie.
Yeah.
And they were the funniest damn things I ever read. Like I can't even like repeat just because I'm not that smart when it comes to off the cuff jokes. But like they were just always really good, witty, like, what did I learn from this movie type of things. And they're all like obviously making jabs at
Oh,
it
of
as
course.
far as like the action movie and realism. Um, I miss that type of like online community aspect.
Yeah. Um. Okay. So I have there's a user submitted question,
Okay.
and I am going to do my best to try to phrase it so it makes sense because it was a little bit out there. Basically, what is our opinion of post game content?
So are we talking like DLC or are we talking like you beat the game?
You beat the
And kind of
game,
like
and then
Final
there's more stuff
Fantasy's
to
like,
do.
yeah, Final Fantasy's like notorious for doing that.
Yes.
I'm the type of person who, generally speaking, doesn't give a crap, mainly because typically the games that have that type of content, they're already like 50-hour epic RPGs.
Yep.
I beat the game. I invested like 18 months of my life into it. And I'm like, okay, I'm done looking at these characters. I need something else to do with my life.
Mm-hmm.
So, me personally, and plus, there's also like the emotional part where like you've made this investment into the game, you've beat that big bad baddie in theory, and you've done it, you've saved the princess, you've conquered evil, whatever happens. And now I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
So that's generally speaking why I don't care about that type of content, which I know a lot of games have. Um, it's almost like morphed in a way if you think about it. Like it used to be like, especially the Final Fantasies, you beat the game and there's all that extra content to do.
Right.
Now it feels like it's basically morphed into New Game Plus,
Right. Right.
where it's like the same content but with a twist. Um, so that's why I don't care. Um, the one game where I did care, where I haven't actually replayed it. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible with names tonight. I know you played it also. You start the game. You can start with a boy or a girl, and you get like 4 people in your party.
Scarlet
And
Nexus.
yeah, Scarlet Nexus. And I think if you do New Game Plus, you can start with the opposite person.
Yep.
So to me, I haven't done it, and I should because it was a fantastic game. I really liked it.
Uh-huh.
Like to me, that's a game where I'm like, okay, this New Game Plus makes sense because I play from the other character's perspective. I get different party members. That makes to me much more sense for New Game Plus versus just a New Game Plus redo
Right.
with more difficulty.
Right. I'm right there with you. I'm the kind of guy who when I basically put my blood, sweat and tears into the game, yes, it would be nice for me to continue on my journey, but when I see that finish line and I cross it, I'm gassed. I'm done. I'm not be like, ooh, now I can finally do that quest of going to hunt that epic mythical beast that if I even attempt to do it beforehand, I would have gotten slaughtered. That's not I found my validation. I got my closure. I'm not sticking around for a random one-off adventure with these characters. They did their job. They deserved a rest, gosh darn it. They deserve a holiday, a vacation, a big ass cake, and no more putting their life on the line because they did it enough while I played. Gosh darn it.
Now I want some cake. Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it. By the way, I finally remembered what the name of that game was that I was talking about earlier in the show. It's called Eternin Odyssey.
Eternin Odyssey.
Yeah, the one where you have to the map kind of gets drawn out, but you have to draw like the wall lines. And if you have a Switch, they're doing a deal where you can bundle all 3 of the Eternin Odysseys for a low, like 60% off.
Nice.
So there you go. And yes, I got the bundle. That's how I know there's 60% off.
Of course. It
Because
does look like
I ran into an article that basically said 8 of the best JRPGs where the main story is not the priority. And let me tell you, I don't even know what the main story is. All I know is that I got to start a party, or I started a party at the guild in this city, and you go out into this labyrinth, and I've had to return back to the city many times because I keep getting my ass whooped, and it is a grind fest. Holy crap! And then also you got to draw the map.
Is it a fun grind fest at least?
It's getting there. I'm still learning some of the stuff. I've only put 2 hours into it, and there's still layering stuff on, so I don't know yet.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday out there, over the rainbow. Something. I don't know. Damn it. I don't know, Zealeus. Stop putting pressure on me.
But you're supposed to know everything about the video games.
Yeah. I try my best, gosh darn it. I did that one on purpose. This is what happens when you're trying to raise children. A lot of your curse words get traded out, and sometimes you forget to turn that filter back off when you get to talk with the big boys.
You have a filter?
I have to. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't. I probably would get in serious trouble with my wife when chit-chatting. Oh, God damn it! Nope, I don't want to bring that up. Not about my wife, but I just saw there was a story that just came across, and I'm done talking about a certain author.
Oh dear.
And all of his projects getting canceled.
No, there's more.
One of his books that got turned into a movie that was going to become a stage play has now been canned.
Ah.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, just look at probably the. I don't even know how to describe it without saying his name. So.
Fair enough.
Anywho. Yes. Zealeus, what have you been playing?
Final Fantasy 12 and Diablo 4 have been my games.
And yet you haven't done the infinite damage thing yet? Gosh, Zealeus, you're slacking.
I know, I'm just a lowly druid who turns into a werewolf and then throws up on people to give them rabies.
Oh, so boring.
Then it spreads to everyone, and it's contagious, and they all die.
Oh. I've been playing the Eternian Odyssey, and I really need to get back to record the rest of the Expanse, the Telltale series. I've just been swamped. Last week was a freaking nightmare with the asynchronous learning with my children, and then this week is
really just last week.
Yeah.
Jeez, feels like it was like a month ago.
I barely. I'm still trying to figure out what day it is. That's how messed up that thing got me. Yeah. Also, I know I've made mention of this before. What did Sam Grizzle? Oh, U-Boat, $9 a Steam, but worth $100. Still waiting on Ultra Confusion review. Sam. I will look it up right now on the show. Apparently, it came across one of my discovery lists from way back when, because it has the notation of ignore on it.
Nice.
When I try to pull it up. I'm sorry, Sam. Yeah. I don't. It's a simulator World War II submarine military. I don't know when I selected it to be ignored, but tis ignored. Tis, whatever.
Tis Nord.
Tis Nord. Oh, I made mention of an anime the couple weeks ago that's now on Netflix. That's got the weekly release called Sakamoto Days. First of all, the manga is much better than the show. The show is good, but I feel like every single episode feels short. It's the
Hmm.
regular length, but when I think about the story in the manga and then them trying to put it in anime form, it's every single ending feels abrupt. Like there's
I feel
some other stuff that happens, but then they're like, oh, we'll just leave that part out and we'll go to the next adventure.
that's why I feel like so often, like watching a live version, whether it's animated or live action, too shortly after having read the actual book or
Yeah,
anime or manga,
yeah,
like it always leaves a pale taste in the mouth, no matter how good that TV show is.
agreed.
Like, because books are dense, like they just have so much stuff in it, where it's just like, unless you're going to have like a 2,000 hour season, it's just
Right,
impossible to do everything.
right.
So that's what I found is like, yes, watching it too soon is just never going to lead to happiness.
Yeah. I mean,
That's one of my theories.
it's not that it's not in, it is enjoyable. It's just, I feel like, you know, like something's missing at the end of every single episode. I'm like, but, but
Yeah.
you need like another 5 minutes so you can wrap shit up.
Yeah, I can see that.
But anyways, speaking of compare what you were saying about the comparing a book to like the show, I saw this great meme today where it's this huge ass castle and basically only the top tower is above water and the
Yep.
tower above water is the movie and everything underneath it is the book.
That's a good analogy. I could see that.
It's basically the iceberg analogy, but
Yeah.
you know they did a sci-fi fantasy spin on it with making it a castle instead of an iceberg.
Yeah. No, it's a good analogy. I can
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I am gonna go. I will tell you this right now. I'm gonna go see a movie this weekend. It's gonna be a kid film. But I'm excited about it. It's called Dog Man. Um,
Dog
uh,
man.
Dog Man.
Okay.
Uh, it's half man, half cop. Or sorry, half cop, half dog.
Sure.
It's by the same guy that created Captain Underpants. Um, so for those youngins out there,
Is it like a new franchise or is this like a
uh,
new one or
no,
existing?
Dogman's been. I think Dogman's got 10 books out.
Oh, okay.
They're all graphic novels, just like Captain Underpants.
So are you going to, in excruciating detail, make sure your kids understand how the book is so much better than the movie, and this is everything that the movie is missing? You're gonna have like a little flow chart with a diagram and make sure they understand.
Actually, I think it's going to be reverse. I think the kids are going to see after seeing the movie, they're going to break out the flow charts and diagrams, going, "Okay, I don't understand why they didn't do this and this and this."
Nice.
Because I mean, I've read some of the Dogmen to my kids, but now they're of the age that they can read them on their own, and so they've read more of that series than I have. So they're more knowledgeable than I. Yes, I'll admit it. My kids know certain things more about certain things than I do.
Failure.
I know. If I only had more time and I would stop watching random anime throughout the day.
If you just stop sleeping altogether.
Yeah, sleep is for the weak.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm hoping to go to one of the theaters that has the special popcorn bowl.
So you can get some refills.
No, because I think the kids would get a huge kick out of it.
Nice.
Although we probably have to buy 2 popcorn things so that they don't fight over the stupid thing.
That probably costs more than the movie tickets then.
Oh, easily. Concession prices are insane.
That's why you just sneak in your own popcorn and microwave, and just in the back hook it up to an outlet and pop it as the movie starts.
Oh yeah, everyone will love that.
You could share the popcorn, then they'll be happy.
Did someone burn popcorn?
Oh, jeez. Nothing worse than burnt popcorn smell.
Well, there is, but thankfully, burnt popcorn is a much more, I don't know, thankfully, maybe not thankfully, but you're more like, if it's going to be a bad smell, it's probably going to be burnt popcorn over microwave tuna fish.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Who microwaves tuna fish?
Once upon a time, I was a resident assistant, that's RA, at a university, and one of my residents exclusively nuked his tuna fish before he made whatever his meal was. So let me tell you, that is worse than burnt popcorn.
That's a biohazard.
Yes, it is. And his roommate left halfway through the first semester because he couldn't take it anymore.
That's a valid reason.
Yes, it is. It is. But anyways, I feel like there was something else I was supposed to say, but I can't remember what it is. I believe in one of the Thursdays coming up, we will, and I will, of course, post this on all the social media, we will have a slight delay because I'll be coming back from a basketball game. But it should only be one game this entire season, so hooray! Yeah. All right, well, anyways, Zealeus, closing thoughts? He's ready to go. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure getting here to come our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.